of times people say that I want neutral colors, but they actually don't want it. Have a coffee with them, we understand them, what kind of people they are.
देखिए मैं अपना घर डिजाइन कर सकती हूँ, रूम डिजाइन कर सकती हूँ, तो मुझे एक इंटीरियर डिजाइनर क्यों हायर करना है?
Also, 3Ds are not the final output. If anybody thinks that 3D जैसा बना दो मेरा घर, वैसा नहीं हो सकता. Interior designer these days, they are just doing diploma and then calling themselves interior design. Like good for one client, but a lot of times the same designer cannot be good for the other client. Oh, please don't ask me my worst client experiences. मैं best बता सकती हूँ.
Hi, look who is in the house. We have Sharon ma'am with us. She is a founder of House of Sharon. My name is Shilpi, and today we are about to start one podcast series where ma'am is going to decode some of the myths and hidden facts about the designing part. So, hello ma'am, how are you?
Hi Shilpi, I'm good. How are you?
I am too good after meeting you, ma'am. So, ma'am, like offline we had a conversation most of the times, and you have busted some myths which was there around an interior designer. And सबसे first and foremost question, this might sound very basic, but most people thinks interior designing is all about looks. So Sharon ma'am, what is the real job of an interior designer?
So basically, you're right. A lot of people think that interior design is a very glamorous field, and here we are just about decoration and beautification. But interior design is not just this. As an interior designer, we have to do a lot of technical planning. First, the important thing is to actually understand the site and also understand the requirement of the clients, because every site is different. Like in terms of its location, in terms of the sizes of the bedroom. So there cannot be a standard, that in any room you just put a bed and the bedroom is done. A lot of people just say, in a bedroom you just have to place a bed, a TV unit, and your bedroom is done. But no, we have to see what is the room size. We have to see the placement of the fan. That the fan should come always above the bed. We have to see if the client, what age group the client belongs to. If the client is of like 12 years old or 30 years old, if they require a dressing table, if they require a study table. So we have to consider each and everything and then plan the room. And then it's not just this, then we also go into deeper, like we have to select the material, select the colors. So it is a vast technical expertise that we learn over years of studies and then years of experience. So it is not something just a magic wand and then you just get your room.
Right.
Yeah.
So it requires a technical planning rather than a creativity. So it includes right that.
Yes, exactly.
So ma'am, I'm very eager to understand how you have started House of Sharon and what's the story behind this.
So basically, I did my architecture, and it's very funny that during my internship, I realized that I'm not so much into architecture. Like architecture is about creating buildings, doing services, like even planning cities. But I always thought I'm someone who is more into materials, small details. Basically, architecture is a widespread, and the interior design is like creativity, small planning, detailing, understanding the psychology of a person, and then eventually incorporating it into a space. So that is why during my internship I realized that I can't do this 9 to 5 full time, like sitting on laptop and just drafting drawings and just doing that for whole of my life. I wanted something, every day should be different. There should be some zeal, there should be some adventure. So that is what made me pursue my masters. So once I pursue my masters from France, I just thought that it's always better to start your own, because if you work under someone, there is always a limitation. And if you are doing on your own, then you feel that what you have ever done, even it's a small thing, then also it's your own. So that's how I started my own studio, and I never saw back after that.
So ma'am, you talk about the detailing and everything. So like while hiring an interior designer,
yeah,
what is the biggest misconceptions people have in their mind? according to you?
So what I feel is that while someone has bought a new home, already a lot of money has spent into it, right? And now they are looking for different designers and seeing, you know, what different kind they are doing and then hiring them. So what do people generally do? They see their Instagram page and their website and take quotes, and then whoever they feel, you know, is like lesser price, they just hire them. So that is something which is something anyone shouldn't do, because there is like, you can't, it's not a standard field. Like for example, if you have to buy a iPhone, you will go to Vijay Sales or you will go to Chroma, you will go to 2-3 company, you will check on Amazon, and whichever least price is giving you, you will buy, because it's the same thing. But then interior design service is not the same. What someone is providing, A person is providing, a B person can be extremely different, because it involves a lot of your creative sensibility, what capability the other person is. So I would always suggest anyone who is hiring an interior designer, they should first, you know, check their educational background.
Okay.
Because a lot of interior designer these days, they are just doing diploma and then calling themselves interior design. So they should first check their education qualification.
Okay.
Because that is very important. If a person is not qualified to design your home, it can be a complete mess. Then secondly, you should always check what team they have, because they are only going to ultimately do. Secondly, just checking other projects or other things, it should also be like the wavelength match. Because a lot of times one designer can be good for one client, but a lot of times the same designer cannot be good for the other client. Because see, if I am designing your home, I should have the same wavelength as yours. If you are someone who is very showy, pompy, and want like golds and glitters and everything, and I am someone who is very simple and very elegant, then I wouldn't be the right person to design your home. Because my mindset or my standards, my living way, it's not the same as yours. I will never be able to gel with you. I will always think, why she wants so much gold. So you know, wavelength match should.
शारन मैम, बहुत सारी इंफॉर्मेशन ऑलरेडी फ्लडेड है सोशल मीडिया पे, पिंटरेस्ट पे, यूट्यूब पे, तो उसको देख के मैं अपना घर डिज़ाइन कर सकती हूँ, रूम डिज़ाइन कर सकती हूँ, तो मुझे एक इंटीरियर डिज़ाइनर क्यों हायर करना है?
That's a good question. So basically you're right, lot of information is there. आजकल तो AI भी है, and like there are a lot of like information available, ChatGPT, Midjourney, so a person can always get their room design online also. But the thing is this, Shilpi, that in the design, like design is one thing, but when the room gets executed, when the interior like the process happens at site, so everything, it's not together happening, you know. Everything happens one after the other. There are layers. So first electrician comes, they do their wiring, then false ceiling happens, then woodwork happens, then paint happens, then lighting happens. So what if I'm a home owner and I don't hire an interior designer, what I will do, the POP guys are going to ask me the design, I'll see a Pinterest image, I'll give him that design. I will not check if it is matching with the wardrobe. If it is matching with the lighting, then I'll go to the showroom and I'll buy a light, whatever I like, I will put it on my wall. Yeah, right. Then the carpenter is going to ask me what laminate, I will select and give and make a design. And what end result is going to come, we don't know. It might look good, it might not. It totally depends. It can be a disaster. So if like your false ceiling design is not matching with the wardrobe, you can't break your false ceiling. It's going to cost you like 50,000, 60,000. Your wardrobe, if it is wrongly planned, the laminate is like you don't like the laminate look after you have pasted it, it is going to cost you lakhs of rupees. So, and also you have to go to search every place where you can find what, and then you know, place these things, and it can be a complete mess. So it's always better to hire someone. First, they're going to give you a good plan, show you a 3D visual.
Okay.
that this is how your room is gonna come like. Even if you don't like the 3D visual, then at that point only you can tell them that I don't like the wardrobe with the false ceiling, and if you can show me another option. So that time is always there. It will going to trust me, if you hire an interior designer, this will going to save your money in like lakhs and lakhs, even now and even for later stage.
Okay.
Because if you are sick, you would always like hire a professional. You'll go to a doctor, right?
Right.
For if you're stuck in a legal case, you'd always go to a lawyer. Right. So if you have bought a home, you should always hire
rather than taking medicine from
Yeah.
ChatGPT or something.
Yeah.
So one treatment is not going to fit for all, right?
Yes, exactly. Exactly.
It makes sense. So my next question is that again we sometimes it happens कि मैम Instagram पे या Pinterest पे कुछ चीज़ें अच्छी लगती हैं, हमने उसको पिक किया, हमने उसको अप्लाई किया on our in my room or another bedroom or something, और वो फिर रियल लाइफ में अच्छी नहीं लगती हैं, बट Pinterest पे वो थोड़ा सा अट्रैक्टिव लगती है. मैम ऐसा क्यों है?
Because see, all the images on Pinterest, they are like European or international images, and also there are a lot of lighting in them, and everything is being very much betterly styled. I would say the styling plays a very important role in those Pinterest images. So even if you see in Pinterest images, there would be just a bed kept, and the room would look so beautiful. There would be a very simple sofa, but still the room would look so good. First, the photography, that lighting effect, the color effect. Secondly, also the styling. So if you want those Pinterest good images, then I would say that spend more on the styling part than on the construction part.
Okay.
Your cushions should match with your curtains, and your lights should match with your decoring. So everything should be in perfect color scheme, shapes, sizes. People don't realize that it is such a important thing, but if you want to get those Pinterest look images, everything should be matched. So if you just pick one thing from your Pinterest image and put it in your drawing room, it is not matching, right? So everything has to be in perfect complement to each other.
So ma'am, at what stage homeowners should consider interior designer, like before construction, during construction, or after construction of their home?
The best would be as early as possible. Even I would say I have had clients who have like taken my consultation even prior to buying their home. They have taken my consultation while deciding to get like which home to buy, because see, you have a budget point, right? That I want to spend like maybe 3 CR, 4 CR to get a home in this sector. So you shortlist, okay, like in like sector, for example 50, I want to get a home, and like these 3 apartments are coming in my range. So at that time only, if you show it to your interior designer, they will like help you that this is the perfect home for you. Because you, as a homeowner, when you see a space, you just see, the drawing room is big, the room is big, it's good for me. But as an interior designer, we see a lot of other things. We see if the room is symmetrical or not. If your room is symmetrical, it's going to have a better design. If can we have a wardrobe in your room, or is there a special place for your wardrobe?
Okay.
So those technical details we can only see. So if you don't hire, if you even take a consultation at that stage,
okay,
it will be better.
That works.
Yes.
शायद मैम 6 years से आप इस इंडस्ट्री में हैं, तो आपके बहुत सारे क्लाइंट्स के साथ एक्सपीरियंस रहे होंगे, बेस्ट एंड वर्स्ट बोथ. तो मैम कुछ शेयर कीजिए हमारे साथ.
Oh, please don't ask me my worst client experiences. मैं best बता सकती हूँ, but worst is very tough to tell. So what do you want to hear first, worst or best?
Best.
So I would say best client are always the ones who trust the designer.
Right.
I recently had like a project where the client trusted me completely. like their family was like staying outside, like, and he was busy with his wedding. So like the entire family trusted me with like complete blinded eyes, folded eyes, I would say. I have shown them the 3Ds and everything, but they have like everything. I tell them, yeah, you are the best to decide always, and they are the ones who have they got their project completed in time and in the best result. So I would say always, if you're hiring a professional, you should always trust them
Right.
and give your views, but always, let them decide. That is the project where it comes the best.
I'm more excited about the worst part.
Okay, so finally, I have to tell you. So recently, only last year, I did a project for a couple. So it was a 3 BHK apartment. Initially, I thought it's a very simple project. They're just a couple and they're staying, both are working. But the like how it became a worst experience was that the entire family was involved in that project.
Oh my god.
And their in-laws were involved, the mother side was involved, the brother was involved, the sister was involved.
Chaos.
Like everybody had an opinion in that 3 BHK home. Like only 10 by 15 feet of kitchen, and like everybody had their different conceptions of how it had to be done, except me.
So ma'am, कब तक complete हुआ वो?
Oh god, it was a nightmare. So it got completed, but the 3 months of project, like it took 6 months to complete.
Oh my god.
So I always prefer that if you are the homeowner, then you should be only the person who should be involved with the designer.
Obviously.
Maybe it's okay with the experience, with your family sentiments, to have your like their experience, seek their experience. But as in the design process, you should be the only one who should be involved, because at the end you are only going to stay there for 24/7.
Yes.
And it like also incurs a lot of losses in that process. The labor also, they also get very much affected by this, that again you have to make and then break. So a lot of things happen. So it's always better to have less people involved and have everything planned before beginning of the project, and just go and finish it.
So ma'am, tell me, some of the homeowners skip the interior designer. Without planning, they have executed their own.
Yeah, a lot of
So-
people do that.
How you have like this came and rescue them? एक कुछ ऐसी interesting story.
So yeah, I had a client, I went to his home. He had already done a lot of mess to his home. So
Own DIYs and
yeah,
everything.
yeah.
Google knowledge.
He was planning, but then he hired me at the right time. He called me, contacted me at the right time. He had done very funny things. He wanted to put tiles on his entire drawing room wall because there was seepage coming. So I want to put tiles. I would say it will start looking like a washroom.
Right.
So I suggested him that there are techniques there where you can stop the seepage. There are damp proofing codes that you can do. There are, if you don't want to go for that civil part because you're living, then you can always have something like louvers, PVC sheets, which are also economical. But tiles are not the only solution for dampness. And in the kitchen, what he did, he created a big window in front of his kitchen and didn't have a place for chimney and exhaust.
Oh my god.
So yeah, people have weird things. They just look at, that's why I told you, people look at one thing separately, but not everything as a whole. So if you hire an interior designer with the experience and expertise we have, we can help you bring your vision to life in a better way. And people think hiring an interior designer would be an expensive job, but trust me, it will save you money. It is not going to spend you excess of money.
So good interior designers affect the life of the people. Like they are affecting their lifestyles, their thinking, their process. Because at the end of the day, जब आप घर जाते हो, तो you want a relaxed part.
Exactly.
So
exactly.
a good interior designer understand this point कि जब घर जाए तो उसका मन करे दोबारा जाने का या रिलैक्स होने का, rather than कुछ practical चीजें आप experiment करो और उसको रोज रोज देखने के लिए.
Exactly.
So ma'am, my last question for this episode is, before hiring a interior designer, what people, your homeowner should understand and what they can expect after results, like once you will hire, what is whatever you are going to do, so what they can expect after this.
So once you hire interior designer, I don't know, everybody has their own part, their own process, but what we follow at our design studio is that we sit with them. We go to wherever they are living. If they are living in a rented home or they are living with their parents or whatever, we go to their home after they have hired us, they've signed the contract. We go to their home, we have a coffee with them, we understand them, what kind of people they are ultimately, because at a human level you have to connect with your client. A designer has to connect with the client, and we have a lot of questions with us. We don't have a questionnaire to fill with them, we don't send them a questionnaire that please fill this, you want blue color, red color, because a lot of times people say that I want neutral colors, but they actually don't want it.
Okay.
So you also have to get into psychology, so you can't ask direct questions. You have to ask, you have to see their wardrobe, what kind of colors, what are your clothes. So the best thing you can understand a person is to see their closet. Check what kind of colors they like. They like colorful person, or are they very simple and subtle person? And also the challenge comes if you have to design a family home, and there are two generations living. Parents, they are different. A lot of time wife is different, the husband is different.
Right.
So you have to understand how a person is, how they live, how they act, what lifestyle they have. Do they like traveling? If they like traveling, do they like collect souvenirs? So you have to give them a wall for the souvenirs. So all these details you have to understand them. That can only happen when they are very comforting, very relaxed. Sit with them at their home, understand them, make the points, understand their requirements, and then come up with a nice presentation that this is what options that we have for you. One we feel is this, and one we feel is this, which is primarily, one is what they wanted and one is what we thought they want.
Okay, nice.
And most of the times it's always what we thought they wanted or it's a mix of two. Then we create 3D visuals, which is the most important part, where they understand how their space is actually going to look like. And then once the process starts, the 3D visuals come starting to life. And then also 3Ds are not the final output. If anybody thinks that 3D जैसा बना दो मेरा घर, वैसा नहीं हो सकता. 3D is just like a road map to show this is how your space is going to look like. But finally when we are doing it, there will be a lot of changes, and we hire expert carpenters, expert electricians. Because they also have a lot of 25 years, 30 years of experience in their particular field. They also guide us. In every project, we also learn a lot from them. Once, I learn so much from my carpenters. They tell me, that ma'am, we can do this. So, they also teach us a lot. And so that, step by step, slowly, gradually, your space is going to come alive, like the 3D or something even better than that. So interior design is not something like you just like other things, you go and you get that, you pay the money and get it. It's a journey, I would say.
So it's more of understanding the psychology, and there is a process behind every good design.
Exactly.
So we'll understand more about that, what psychology, how psychology plays an important role, and what would be the process of getting a good design by Sharon ma'am in the next episode. Stay tuned.